Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Daily Driver Show. I am your host, Trucker Dave. Hope everybody's having a great day so far. We are here in Kenosha, Wisconsin. I'm at the Quick Trip at exit 340, and I'm going to run down, I think it's exit 329 that has the blue beacon. I'm going to go and get a truck wash real quick, and then I'm going to go down to U-Line, and I'm going to grab this load, and I'm going to take it down to Morton, where Reisinger's shop, their office, a little bit of everything's right there. The reason I'm getting my truck washed ahead of time is because I'm getting a PM done, and I have a few other things I want them to take care of. And the truck, just like every other truck on the road right now, is completely covered in bugs. And I want to take a nice clean truck to them for them to work on and look over and everything. Just be so much better. I mean, this thing is dusty, it's dirty. If you remember from a previous video, we were taking trailers to that little drop lot, the terminated trailers. The place is so dusty, you get just dust everywhere. It doesn't matter what you're trying to do, you're gonna get dust all over the place. And the front's just covered in bugs. I mean, it's just unreal. I drove through a little bit of rain yesterday coming into Chicago, and I thought that was gonna take some of them off, but it actually didn't. So, you can see the visor up there. The mirrors, there's just bugs everywhere. So I want to get it washed, get it cleaned up, that way they have a nice truck to work on. And they always take care of me, so I would like to take care of them. I know they probably get nasty trucks all the time, just like any other company. It's hard to keep them clean, but I want to get this thing cleaned up a little bit. I've been wanting to for a while. So, with that being said, we're going to get on the road here very shortly. It is probably, I think it's around 6:15 in the morning right now. You'll have to excuse me, my allergies are messing with me big time. I'm allergic to just about everything on this earth, and it's kind of messing with my sinuses a little bit this morning, so you'll have to bear with me a little bit. But it should be a nice day. It should be nice and hot, which I love. Many of you know I'm from Florida, and I'm proud of it, even though I currently live in Ohio. Florida's in my blood. So let's hop in the truck, let's get rolling, let's get the truck washed. Just a small little lineup, shouldn't be too bad. I don't know which side's gonna move faster, so I just kind of went over on this side. They got the two wash bays, and then it looks like a washout lane, which is actually a nice touch to have a washout lane dedicated just for that, for your trailers, reefer and dry van. Shouldn't take too long, should be in and out. That load I'm picking up is not supposed to be ready till after 8:30 this morning. They sent me the trailer number just before 5 o'clock this morning, saying that the load was already ready. Wow, nice and early. Usually I have an afternoon pickup here in Kenosha, but this load's going to Texas, down by the airport. I'm not taking it there, unfortunately. I'm just gonna take it down to Morton to get the PM in the service, and then another driver will take that down to Texas. It'd be nice to take it to Texas, get a break from the Northeast Regional, dedicated, you know, Kenosha, Wisconsin to Allentown, Pennsylvania, but oh well. Not happening today. cut to tomorrow, which is actually still today for you, but for me, it's tomorrow. I'm not exactly sure the last thing that was shown on the camera, but we were going to Risinger to get the PM done and get some service done on the truck. And that's exactly what happened, but it did not go as planned. So I get to Risinger, and I'm gonna turn the air conditioning back on. It got really, really cold in here earlier, which is how I like it, nice and cold. But, so I pull into Risinger, I go into the shop, I check in, the guy's like, hey, pull it in on the other side, I'll get started on it right away. I said, all right, that'll work. So I pull it in. A little bit later, they call and they say, hey, your truck is done with us. Well, what does that mean? Here I had to go to another place to get an alignment done, and it was real close, and they were great. In and out, did not take long. And then the second place I had to go get the engine light taken care of. Again, real close, not far away. And that place was to do something with the EGR codes. So I get to that place. Now my clocks have matched because I started early in the morning up in Kenosha. And so I go to that place for them to mess with the engine light. And I'm there, and I sat around for almost 2 hours. And I went back inside. I said, you guys have a time frame on when this is going to happen? Because now it's almost 5 p.m. Or no, it was about 4:15 when I went back in. And I said, you guys have a time frame on how long this is going to take? And they said, well, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get to it till around 8 o'clock tonight, maybe even a little bit later. I said, okay, I am getting a hotel room for the night because I'm going to be sitting around that place there, and then they're not going to have the truck done. I just knew that wasn't going to happen. So the general manager of that place was nice enough to drive me down the street to the hotel. This is the same hotel that I was in for orientation. So I stayed here last night, not in this room. I'll get to that in a second. It's kind of a funny story, but he drives me here to the hotel. I get checked in. I stayed here last night, and then today I call in at 7 a.m. instantly. As soon as that place had opened, I called them and I said, hey, I just want to confirm that my truck is done. That way I can get a ride over there, pick it up, and I can go get a load. And he's like, well, he said, at best, you're looking late this afternoon. He goes, I'm still pulling diagnostics on it. He said, you're going to be pushing probably between 3 and 5 o'clock. I'm like, oh, you've got to be kidding me. So I call into my dispatch. I let them know what's going on. And it was a pretty smooth process for the most part. Well, that company ended up calling me about 1 o'clock, maybe 1:30, and he says, hey, your truck's all done. We dropped it off at Risinger for you. He goes, it's already there and dropped off for you, ready to go. I'm like, oh, it's even better. So somebody from Risinger was nice enough to come here, pick me up, drive me back there so I can get the truck and come back here to the hotel. Now I'm going to stay here for the night because I have a load waiting for me tomorrow. We're gonna pick that up. It's actually gonna be dropped at Risinger. I'm gonna pick that up. I'm gonna run that up to Michigan City, Indiana, and then I'm going to deadhead up to Kenosha and park. And Monday, I will have a reload out of there Monday afternoon. So I'll have a reset up there at the truck stop. I had planned on having my reset here at the hotel because I didn't think there was gonna be a load ready, but they did the hard work and put the effort in, and they found a load for me. So I'm very grateful for that. It's extra miles for the week. And I'll have my reset up in Kenosha until Monday. Now let me get to the room part of the situation. So I get here yesterday, and like I said, I've stayed in this hotel for orientation. So I get the room that they're gonna put me in, which is room 212. And I'm like, oh man, like that's not the same room. I'm not okay with that. But I didn't say anything. I'm like, yeah, it's not a big deal, let it go. There might be somebody in this room, who knows? So I stay the night in that room. And then this morning, Risinger, when I talked to them, they said, well, listen, if you're gonna be stuck here till Monday, we'll cover the room for you. We'll extend it on through the weekend into Monday morning. I said, awesome. I check out of that room because I paid out of pocket for that.
And I'm not kidding. I specifically requested this room. This is room 233. This is the room that I was in when I was here over a year ago for orientation. And it's a great room. I liked it. It's on the very end. Like, if I walked out of this room right now, I'm literally right over here by the stairs, right at the end of the hallway. And it's great. There's nobody else down here, nobody else to bother me. It's perfect. It took like 3 people to make this happen for me, to be able to have this room. I said, listen, I've stayed in this room before. You know, I feel like my energy's here. Like, I was in here for orientation. This is what started this whole process, and it's been a great process for me. It's at the end of the hall, and one of their biggest concerns at the front desk was it's going to take a long time for the water to get hot. Because you're at the end of the hall, the water tank's in the middle. I don't even use hot water. I take a shower, usually it's like cold water. I'm from Florida, we don't take hot showers. So I said, that's not a big deal to me. I said, it would be better for me to have this room. And I knew nobody was in it. I knew it. I've been up and down this hallway, I've been watching this room. I even went outside, stood right out here, and ew. Anyways, I stood right out there and I looked up here several times. There was nobody in this room. And I got it. They made it happen. Oh, now I'm not even going to get to sleep in this room again. But I'm not going to take that load till tomorrow morning. And like I said, it goes to Indiana. But regardless, Reisinger, you all do a fantastic job. I enjoy going there for PMs and for service and everything else. It's nice to talk to everybody. And I really enjoy it. You all treat me so well and you take care of me. And I'm trying to do the same. And both places I was at yesterday with the alignment and the EGR codes, great people. Did not have an issue. I mean, they were fantastic to deal with. The hotel's a bit of a different story, but it's a hotel. Like, it's gonna be what it is. But all in all, everything has been fantastic. Getting that load, that was great. I think the operations manager had whipped that one up last minute, from what I understand, and I'm very thankful. I mean, granted, I would have easily waited here till Monday for a load if I had to, because it's nobody's fault that this happened. Nobody's fault at all. And with the maintenance escrow that Reisinger has, I'm not paying out of pocket for anything of what's going on with the truck. I pay 10 cents a mile that gets set aside, and that's what pays for it. The truck may be changing soon, though. You'll have to stay tuned for that. I'm thinking about getting a new one, a 2024, but don't quote me on that at this point. But that may be happening in the near future, so you have to stay tuned. You have to subscribe to the channel. You'll have to like these videos. You have to leave me comments if you are interested in a driving position with Reisinger. First off, they do not sponsor my channel. They do not pay me anything extra to talk about them. This is just something I like doing because this company works excellent for me. I've had a great experience from day one, even before day one, honestly. Talking with recruiting, they went above and beyond to try to make this happen and to try to make it work. And pretty much everything that they had said has come true. And that's unique for something like that to happen. So if you are interested, the number's on the screen. Tell them that Trucker Dave, Truck 13303, had sent you. That way they know you came from YouTube. At the time of filming, my truck number is 13303. That may change if I get a new truck, but I will update everybody on that as well. If you would like to email me, that is the easiest way to get a hold of me for anything outside of YouTube. If you have extra questions about Reisinger, check the comment sections, because sometimes there's already comments done that other drivers have asked. But please feel free to email me, truckerdave13303@gmail.com. I check that several times a day, and that is it. So if you email me and you don't get a response, just give it a day. I'll definitely get back to you. I'm a busy guy, so I'll do my absolute best. With all that being said, I'm going to just kind of settle in. It's already evening time. I already trip planned for tomorrow, so that load it's going to be done. I don't have to worry about it at all. It'll be a nice, smooth, easy day. It won't even be a 400-mile day, so it should be nice and smooth. And then we'll get up to Kenosha, we'll park, and we'll sit there till Monday. So stay tuned for more. Like the Daily Driver Show on Facebook if you haven't already, and please subscribe to the channel. That helps us out tremendously. Feel free to leave me a comment, and if you see me out and about, stop and say hi. Scott, you just did that the other day, yesterday actually, at Love's up there in Illinois. He came up, he's like, hey, do you do YouTube? I said, yeah, I do. And oh, it was great. It was nice getting recognized and being able to shake his hand and, you know, see somebody who's been watching the video. So I really appreciate that. So anytime you get a chance to see me, come up and shake my hand. I'd love to talk to you. Have a great day and have a great hike.